it's a pleasure to have you on my podcast today. It's a really pleasure that you gave me time. So the first thing that I want to ask you is if you can share your journey, more about like where you were born and brought up.
Okay, so I was born in
Yeah.
Kolkata, and then we moved
You
soon
were born in
after to
Kolkata.
Mumbai.
High
Yes,
five.
hi, you as well?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Where about?
I was in Dum Dum.
Dum Dum, right. I was in
You?
Havra area. Havra,
Okay,
Havra.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then?
So we moved to Mumbai, and all my schooling I did from Mumbai.
Uh,
And my dad was in Merchant
uh,
Navy, so a lot of for the summer vacations we would sail on the ship with him. We used to go
uh,
to different countries and
uh,
interact with a lot of machines, flags, radars, etc. So became quite
uh,
outdoorsy then.
yeah.
Then I started with cycling in Mumbai. I used to cycle on the streets really fast. I had a sports cycle,
Acha.
and
Uh,
not the one with the ribbons hanging on the side. And then with that, I started riding on the street. Sometimes motorbike guys used to race with me. I wouldn't want to
mm,
race, but if somebody puts up a challenge, well, I
mm,
would just win against them in traffic. I didn't have
mm,
an engine on a bicycle, so that would work
mm.
out. And then I knew there's something inside of me, and I need a platform to
Uh,
express it. So I found go-karting in town, and I tried my hand
mm,
at it. Then the moment I sat in the car, I felt one with it. Then the adrenaline rush was like never before, and then I decided this is I want to
uh,
continue. Then I tried to seek training. I had no access to training, so I found some mechanics, local mechanics at the racetrack who trained me. I paid them with my
okay.
pocket money, etc. Then I
Acha.
started participating in a lot of local races. I
Uh,
did quite a few races. I won some of them. I performed well. Then I got approached by a national team to do national championship with them. Then I did
okay.
national karting, national racing, saloon cars. Then I moved to Formula
Mm,
cars nationally. Then I did saloon cars internationally. And now I did the F4 Southeast Asia Championship. And I became the first Indian woman to win an international racing championship for India.
क्या बात?
So it worked out well. I also had to take a break at the age of 17 from racing. I had to go to USA to pursue my flying studies. So
Okay.
I didn't know if I'll ever get back in the race car. So I went to California, got my CPL, came back to India,
Uh,
started converting
uh,
it to Indian license. At the same
uh,
time, started working on the track. Racing is a very expensive sport. So I used to work
mm,
on track as a tuner, trainer, mechanic, even keeping accounts, loading trucks at the end of the day to
अरे
help
बाप रे.
subsidize my driving costs. And at the same time, I would be racing through the day. So it'd be very exhausting and studying on track
Yeah,
with books, etc. So it worked
yeah.
out. Then I joined Indigo at the age of 20, and I'm flying as commander captain of the Airbus 20 now and racing cars.
क्या बात. There's one thing I want to ask कि जो हमारे इंडिया सोसाइटी के कुछ norms है ना, like when you say somebody that I'm pilot, बहुत लोग appreciate करेंगे, but still somewhere when you say that I also drive racing cars या formula cars, कुछ लोग तो जरूर कहते होंगे यार ये सब क्यों करते हो तुम लोग, या when you started a lot of people might say to you कि this is not a good profession, इसमें बहुत सारी injuries होते हैं, right? I mean, there's somebody who always put a negative vibe on you. So did you face that in life?
Yeah, it was difficult initially. My family was supportive of my flying and all, but
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
racing, they were not happy about it. They thought it'll be a hindrance to my studies, a distraction, injuries.
Yeah.
So quite a few times I had to lie at home, go race. But I used to make sure I fulfill my responsibilities. So I would carry my books with me on track and make sure I manage,
Hmm.
juggle everything and do well. At the age of 16, I was already doing my flying ground studies. I was doing 12th science, and at the same time, I was
Ah.
also racing nationally. But even on the racetrack initially, there were not a lot of girls, and this is one of the
Hmm.
only sport which allows men and women to compete on the same platform. So some of
Hmm.
people didn't like losing to a girl, so they would make
Hmm.
comments like, "You don't know how to drive. I'm going to take you off on this corner. You're going to crash," and things
Oh.
like that. It looks like women driving, so it was difficult. I used to be very upset sometimes, but I always chose to channel that
Ah.
aggression into my driving, and I let my
Yeah.
performance speak for itself.
Ah. So, as we were talking about injuries, I think, by God grace, I don't want to face those things a lot in life. But face तो किए होंगे ना बहुत सारे injuries, if you can share, and how you deal with those injuries.
Yeah, I did have a lot of injuries such as petrol burns. I did a 24-hour
Ah.
endurance where I drove for 9.5 hours. It was a team event. So there was a petrol tank in
So, what
between your
that
legs
petrol
and
burn?
it's when petrol is constantly leaking, it burns the
Ah.
skin on your leg or anywhere. So it
Oh my
burnt
God.
my skin, became black. Then I had a rib fracture. I couldn't afford a rib protector when I started racing. So once
अच्छा.
my waist hit the seat and it cracked, so
हाँ.
I had to drive the whole race
Hmm.
weekend with that. And I didn't tell at home because I was afraid they'll stop me from racing. So that
Uh,
happened. Then I've had knee injuries. That didn't happen on the racetrack, but
uh,
it was during training for racing. So both my knees were injured. 11 months it took to recover. It was very difficult time. I couldn't fly or race.
okay.
Then I've had at a very high speed in Delhi, one driver lost control at a corner. So he came in
Uh,
front of my car and I went into him like this. And my
mm,
spine had a fracture, hairline fracture. I blacked out and the car was damaged. People thought I've been badly injured. It was difficult,
mm,
but I managed to have neck spasms and I've had a lot of other issues. But
uh,
our hands really blister when we drive, and especially my skin, I get holes in the hands. But now it's getting
acha.
stronger, so it's okay.
Getting used to it, basically.
I mean, you know, don't ever get used to injuries, but yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I've been racing for 16 years, so I'm pretty much used to it. But yeah, it's fun. Hmm.
Okay. So, I was going through in some of your videos, you say that you were having obesity and low, you were obese. So, I will tell you, like, I don't have obese, but ek bar I was, I was got some injury. I got my ligament here. So, before that, I also used to be a district swimmer. So, when you say, like, when I was, on a bed rest for 6 months, I was there around 131 kgs. So from that, I
Hmm.
lost a lot of weight. I'm still bulky. I'm waiting for, working on it. But I feel a lot of people still feel shy about it, talking about this issue. But I saw you were talking about this issue. So what you gonna say to all those people who still feel shy about it?
No, I think it's a part of everyone's life at some point.
Hmm,
Obesity
hmm,
or overweight. I was 90 kgs and I lost 30 kgs to be
hmm.
fit for racing and
Uh,
flying. And just as an individual, it's a slow
yeah.
process, and that's the best way to go about it. And I think it takes time, but it's really worth it. I didn't have a lot of cash for a private trainer, etc. So I would climb
Hmm,
stairs, I would swim. Since you're a swimmer, you would know that's the best way to recover
hmm.
for an
Yeah.
injury. And
Yeah.
I did a lot of hydrotherapy for my knee, etc. And
Hmm.
then I power yoga, badminton to play a sport. That is the best way to enjoy your workout. So
Uh,
these are a few pointers I would share with people. And music, dance, those are also good cardiovascular exercises. Yeah.
uh. So I don't have much knowledge about racing. I just saw as a normal person on the TV when we see racing. So मेरे ना कुछ सवाल है like how it happens like when you are practicing or you are somebody you want to join it, like what is the procedure, like do you need to pay for the fuel, do you need to rent the car or the arena, how does it happen?
I lost your voice. Sorry.
Okay, okay, I'm just telling it once more that I have very less knowledge about racing, so I just want you to describe how does it happen, like as a normal person. I think there's some glitch on
I
it.
think it's your
Okay,
network. I moved. It's still the same. It's going like that. I
uh,
can't see you.
yeah, I can see you now. It's still there. Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
No, it's just going like round.
Is it okay now or still the same?
Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah. What were you saying?
Okay. So I was saying that I have very less knowledge about racing. So I want to ask you कि procedure क्या होता है as a normal person कि do somebody need to pay for the fuel or rent the car or how this thing happens?
So, championship are organized by an organizer. There'll be an organizer. First, there'll be a governing authority. Each country has its governing
Hmm.
authority for motorsport. The
Hmm.
world authority is FIA, just like the
Hmm.
FIFA for football. Then every
Yeah.
country has its motorsport body. India is FMSCI, so you get a license. So I have an international Grade C
Yeah.
license, and so the race is organized by an organizer. It's a company, and there are
Hmm.
teams under it. So those teams own
Okay.
cars. So either you pay or your sponsor pays the team, and you release the
Uh,
car for the season or a race weekend.
uh,
So then your
uh,
car is set up as per you. The seat for the championship, which I was racing
uh.
abroad internationally, the seat is molded as per your body because you can't move.
Oh.
You are pulling very high G's and you're driving very fast. And your head
Hmm.
is, I mean, your head can't protrude too much out because if the car flips, you don't want to hit your neck on the ground. So the team owns the car, you lease it, and things
Okay.
like that, and then you drive.
So is it same for while you practicing? Like there must be like you do a lot of practice, then only you come for the championship. So during that part also they fund that.
No, it depends. Some championships are funded. Most of them you have to fund yourself or find sponsors. So
Okay.
currently, JK Tires and Indigo Airlines are my sponsors, and some
Okay. Okay.
Malaysian companies.
Okay. So, I do a lot of podcasts with the pilots. So, while talking to them, I came to know that there's always a glamour which see, about this profession. Somebody is always flying, staying to abroad, going to different places. But also, I came to know that कभी कभी दिन होता है जिस दिन चार चार सेक्टर करना होता है. It's also a hardworking job at the end of the day. So, I want to ask you, like, how you balance between this profession and passion.
Oh, it's been very difficult from the beginnings. Like I said, from a young
Uh,
age, I was juggling a lot of things. But I think
mm,
my passion for racing really kept me going. Sometimes you wake up at 3 a.m. and you have to report
mm,
at 4:30 in the morning, or sometimes 3:30 in the
yeah.
morning. Then I do some push-ups just before the flight. Then I do say 4 sectors, come back, rest a little, then do some light
Okay.
intensity exercise.
Uh,
On an off day, I would do heavy intensity exercise because I can't let my glucose level go down. Because when I go for the flight, my
uh,
concentration levels have to be high. I was going to a
mm,
professional gym in Chennai. I shifted my base to Chennai for a year and a half because Chennai is the hub of motorsport in India. So I
yeah.
used to work out 5 hours a day, 2.5 in the morning, 2.5 in the evening. So it'd be very
Uh,
difficult and taxing on my flying.
uh,
So
uh,
Indigo was quite nice. They modified my
uh,
flying plan to a sports person sort of a
uh,
plan where I could race and fly
mm,
together. But again, I would have to do those
mm,
4 sectors sometimes, and it gets very hectic. And you have to be there's no margin for error in flying. Even in
yeah.
racing, you can't make an error at some points because it's your life which is on the line. In flying, is
Uh,
that there are other people's lives on the line, so you can't do that. Yeah.
Definitely. And मुझे लगता है like when I talk to a lot of youth, I think there are a lot of youth who are too interested about getting into this profession. I mean to say that racing. Okay. But ऐसा है कि बच्चों को तो अच्छा लगता है रेस में जाना है, but अभी भी Indian parents don't want their kids to get into this profession. So how you want to describe that?
Well, I would want people to follow whatever they want. It can be any sport,
Hmm.
racing or not racing. In fact, I think Indian parents don't want the kids to go in sports period, forget racing, because I
Yeah.
think hindrance studies. I don't blame it because country still doesn't have a very great infrastructure. But I think our sports minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, is doing a
Hmm.
lot for
Hmm.
sports and companies are offering jobs. In fact, motorsport recently got included in government jobs. So a sports
Hmm.
person from motorsport can be eligible for a government post in an
Hmm.
organization. So that would help an athlete. So I think parents should encourage their children to race, fly, or do whatever they like, whether it's any job they like.
Okay. So, initial days, I also had a travel agency. So from there, I came to know that we used to hire cars, like especially our agency was in North India. So, we used to hire cars for sending because most of the people used to go in hilly areas. So when he say, I came to know that for a good traveler or for a good driver, you should also know about your car first. So, talking about your racing, so this is something you should always, know about it. So, how you want to define like do you take this knowledge about behind how the mechanics goes and stuff like that?
Yeah, like with racing and flying both, you're operating heavy machinery, very fast machines, advanced machines, technologically
Hmm.
advanced. So you have to study, at least flying, before you're allowed to touch the aircraft, you have to study, clear a lot of written exams with the government, with the
Hmm.
airline, 6 monthly annual exams, etc. So even with racing, there's a performance handbook, a technical handbook of the car, which I always study. We have sessions with the engineers, which we sit and decode the data of the car. So there is, and this car setup, how the aerodynamic setup of the car has to be, how the tire pressures,
Hmm. Hmm.
etc., have to be aerodynamic are the wings on the car.
Hmm.
So best part about racing and flying is in flying the wings are in racing the wings are upside down as compared to
Yeah.
flying. So they're down force here. There's up
Yeah.
force. So that's the thing. There's a chip which goes inside the race car, and that chip comes out it goes into a computer. Then you have data which has your
Hmm.
acceleration, G's,
Hmm.
braking, and a
Hmm.
lot of the engine RPM, etc., gear shifts. So you really study that. So yeah, you're right. A lot of technical data, and I always
Hmm.
say, especially for road driving, people are mostly interested in how fast a car can go, but what's more important is how fast your car can stop when things go wrong. So your braking capacity of the car also matters, not just your top speed.
Hmm.
So I think
Hmm.
that's quite important.
Okay. And like when you were struggling, like when you say that in my initial days I need to fund for myself. So on that note, I want to ask you is like when somebody is struggling for something in their life, that can be anything. Like anybody has any sort of passion or profession. So during that time, somebody is struggling, and there are days up like things don't click out easily. There's it's a time taking process. So have you ever faced that thing, and what you want to say to the people that you should do to keep going during that point of
Well,
time?
Basically, I always had to juggle between two things. One was my responsibility, and the other was my
Hmm.
passion. So I would always say, if you do what your responsibility is, you'll always get the chance and time to follow your passion. So I would just say, work hard, study hard, work on weekends, always try to
Hmm.
expand your skills. Sitting in
Hmm.
cafes, going for movies, etc. is okay to an extent, but instead of making other people rich, you should try to make yourself rich. There are a lot of these entertainment industry is made
Hmm.
for users to get engaged and hooked on to, say, movies, etc., which have their own place, but that shouldn't become your sole purpose. You should always be goal oriented, and
Hmm.
your joy should come from you achieving your goals and have like-minded people
Ah.
around you, is what I would say.
Okay. So, when you do something like you are having a passion and a profession, and there's also goes a corporate game or a PR game basically. So, do you think that how to face that thing and also be stagnant on particular thing which you want at the end of the day?
What do you mean by the PR game?
PR game means कि बहुत लोगों को होता है कि अच्छा she's only the female racer, so just let's take him and give a tribute, while they don't understand the motto or the main hard work behind your struggle.
Yeah, there have been times that some things are not understood, but luckily later on I got a lot of acknowledgement
Hmm.
the people in motorsport, Indian motorsport, by the world president. He gave me an award in India twice, in fact, and
Yeah.
also with my airline, etc. So a lot of hard work goes into it, especially like a passenger may not understand how
Hmm.
busy a pilot is in the cockpit. The other day I was approached saying that why didn't you make an announcement in Hindi? I said I was busy preparing for approach and I made an announcement in English and there was a runway change. I have to plan the aircraft
Huh.
for the second runway, which the ATC didn't tell
Yeah.
me. So I was like, no, you should make an announcement in Hindi. So some people, like they just put their demands on you, they don't know how much hard work goes into it. But otherwise, some
Yeah.
are very sweet, they appreciate and they're very grateful.
Huh.
So yeah, that's nice.
And I won't take much of your time. There's the last question that I want to ask you is, I personally feel like, I was going through an interview where Priyanka Chopra was telling that जिंदगी में चाहे आप कुछ भी कर लो, there will be some people who will always say कि अरे नहीं ये नहीं करना चाहिए था, वो नहीं करना चाहिए था. So do you face that, and what do you want to say for that?
Yeah, I have faced that in my life. I still, go through a lot of issues and
Uh,
difficulties, but I always be here.
uh,
And the will pull you back, and the more you can go ahead. Like they say, the aircraft takes off against the wind, not with it. So that's what
yeah.
applies to us.
Okay. Thank you so much for giving me this time and
Thanks.
opportunity. Please take care and have a nice day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.